Hello, I am Sergi Martin, your Spanish teacher on YouTube, and this is my first video in English. Do you want to make fun of me, of my English accent? Come on, do it! But you know, it was a big effort for me to learn English, and it still is a big effort doing this video in English. But as this is a channel to learn Spanish, if you are watching this video, you will surely want to learn or improve your Spanish, or you may want to study another language. And surely you want to do it in the fastest way possible, right? But let's be honest, just by watching these videos, you will not speak fluent Spanish. The same thing happens if you attend 1 or 2 weekly classes. Just that is not enough. You have to do something else. The truth is that I'm not telling you anything new. Be honest with yourself. You know, you have to make an effort. That effort is what I'm offering you today. How about having a class every day for 3 months? It's only 3 months, in which you will have the opportunity to finally speak the language with confidence, because there is no other way. If you are not in contact with the language every day, you will continue learning at a snail's pace. But don't worry, because Lingoda is announcing the Language Marathon again, in which you will have 3 months of Spanish, English, French, German or Business English classes. Yes, I know you are thinking, but Sergi, 3 months of daily classes will cost me a lot of money, right? Well, that's the good thing. If you complete the marathon, Lingoda gives you the money back. Yes, you've heard right. 3 months of daily classes where you are going to improve your level in a super fast way, and in the end, they give you the money back. You know, when I was planning this video, I couldn't stop thinking about how to explain that I think this is a great opportunity. I didn't want to look like a typical course vendor, saying that everything is perfect without giving you any proof of it. Then I thought, I'm going to try it myself. Some time ago, I did some English lessons with Lingoda, but I speak more or less English, and it is not a big challenge for me. Well, I thought that if I ask you to make an effort, it's fair if I also do an effort. So, I signed up on the web and booked some French lessons. By the way, I don't know anything about French. I only know how to say taxi, hotel, pizza and café au lait. Thinking about that, I don't even know how to write it. I started with an absolute 0 level class. The way to choose the class is very easy. You have the schedule of classes, which is super extensive, since there are teachers all over the world, available almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You choose your level and the class you are interested in. You can download the PDF with the class material to check it before. You reserve it and voila! You only have to wait for the day of the lesson. As you can see, the material is very complete. The one in my first class is a PDF of 47 pages with exercises of all kinds, and even with the solutions. Well, what I did was review it a little bit, and then the truth is that I forgot about it until the day of class, on a Saturday morning. Because that's the good thing about online classes. Even with my super tight schedule, I can find an available hour to have a class. A few minutes before the class, I was ready, with headphones and a coffee in front of my computer. And at the agreed time, the class started with a very nice teacher who, little by little and with the help of PDF exercises, helped me to form my first sentences in French. Think that I didn't know anything about French, and in less than an hour I could say all this.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Sergi Martin, je suis espagnol. Je suis professeur d'espagnol. Je parle espagnol et un peu français. Un petit peu. Merci pour les leçons. À bientôt.
Can you imagine what you would be able to say after doing the marathon? Here, you have seen me in a private class, but I also did group classes. In this, I was able to talk about the weather and I had a great time, learning to tell the weather in places as Canada, France, Spain, and where I live, Prague. And all that without knowing how to speak French. My level was practically non-existent. Lingoda's classes are classified by levels and by conversation topics. You have classes in which to learn more grammar, vocabulary, classes with an emphasis on reading, writing, or talking. The truth is that there are a lot of options to choose from. In addition, since the teachers are spread all over the world, the availability is practically total. There are classes almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The teachers are native and professional. They will help you to speak and understand the language following the PDF material developed by experts and structured according to the Common European Framework of Reference, the European standard that measures the level. The teachers will motivate you during the lesson and also send you a feedback at the end of each class. Of course, you can also leave a feedback of the class and the teacher, which I always recommend as it helps to improve. Well, now let me explain how the Lingoda Language Marathon works. The marathon begins on May 27, 2019 and ends on August 24, 2019. You have to attend the agreed number of classes each month and actively participate. The classes are in a group, and according to my experience and that of other previous participants, the average number of students per class is 3 or 4, but there are times when you are alone and you enjoy the teacher for yourself. You can attend 1 class per day, and if you do, you will see that your confidence and fluency will increase a lot. For me, this is the most important thing, to know that in 3 months the level will be totally different. And if at the end of the 3 months you have made the effort to participate every day, you will get a refund. But maybe you can't attend a class every day. I couldn't do it myself. Sometimes I start teaching at 8 in the morning and finish the last class at 9 in the evening. To be honest, those days I don't really want to do anything else. For me, with my busy schedule, the most realistic option would be the half marathon. The format is the same as in the full marathon, but you have to attend 15 classes per month. Same conditions, but half of the classes, and in the end, they give you half the money back. Not bad, right? In both marathons, you can choose between English, Spanish, French, German, or Business English classes. For the Business English course, you need a level of B1, but for the other courses, your level doesn't matter. You can participate in it if you don't know anything about the language or if you are an intermediate or advanced student. To participate, you have to register before May 13, 2019. Do it as soon as possible, since places are limited. After paying the reservation that assures you your position, you have to choose the 3 months subscription. This reservation costs €5, $6 or 300 rubles. But with the link and the code that you can see here and that I leave in the description, you will have it for free. If you subscribe now, they will not charge you until May 20. But you still have time to cancel everything, since you have 14 days from signing up to cancel your subscription and get the money back. Once the marathon starts, you have to attend and participate actively in all the classes of the chosen option to get the refund. If for some reason you miss a class, you won't have the option to get the refund, but you will still be able to continue in the marathon. Of course, if you miss a class because of Lingoda or the teacher and you notify them immediately, you will not lose the option to get your refund, and they will give you an extra credit for the lost class. Another recommendation is to book the classes a week in advance to ensure that there are enough topics and spots available, since the maximum number of participants per class is 5. This is the most basic of how the marathon works, but I recommend that you carefully read the terms and conditions to avoid surprises. For example, one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that if you only want to do the marathon and then don't want to continue with the classes, you have to cancel your Lingoda subscription on time, since the system will automatically charge you a fourth month. So, read the conditions well. You will see that they are not so long and are well explained. Look, I see the Lingoda Marathon as an investment in you, in your future. Speaking another language can help you improve at work, make friends, travel, or even having a better understanding of other cultures. And there are also studies that say that bilinguals are less likely to have Alzheimer. Something very important when you learn another language is to have a motivation. And if in addition to everything I said before, you have the option of the course being for free, success is guaranteed. Did you know that more than 10,000 people have already participated in the Lingoda Marathons in 2 years? Here and on the Lingoda website, you can read testimonials from some participants, as well as their Instagram profiles. So now, you just have to register in the marathon with the link you have in the description and start enjoying the advantages of speaking with natives. Of course, if you have any question, both the people of Lingoda and I can clarify them without problems. See you in the next video. ¡Hasta luego!